Hello everyone! I hope that you're doing amazing wherever you are in the world. My name is Shikha and I welcome you to my channel. In this video I wanted to answer a question that an individual asked about: is a door slam necessary? Can INFJs outgrow their feelings for someone in the past, or do you have door slam? And I was a bit confused because in actual fact, just because I've had feelings with someone and for someone in the past doesn't mean that I door slam them when I break up with them or if I don't have feelings for them anymore. In fact, I am friends with all of my exes. I'm not saying we're necessarily really good friends or best friends like we used to be when we were dating, but they are, I am in contact with them, and if anything happened, I knew that I could ask them questions or I could, message them anytime I want. Eventually, obviously, people fall apart in the fact that they have new girlfriends now or new partners, and they're busy with their new lives. I'm busy with my new life, and so of course we don't talk at all anymore because it just doesn't come up. But it doesn't necessarily mean that I would have said that I've door slammed them, because they can at any point contact me, and I know I can contact them at any point as well. So of course I do believe that it is a preference, an individual preference. It doesn't have anything to do with being an INFJ or not, because I know a lot of the INFJs I have met, they are friends with all their exes. They remain friends with them because, in my opinion, they were a huge part of your life, and they know a lot about you, about that specific aspect of yourself or that particular portion of your life. And I would imagine that it's a little bit of a waste to give that portion up completely. It is, I think, important to keep that portion alive, so that, if you have questions for them, why do you think I did things that way? Or what do you think about me in this situation? And you could go back to them and ask them questions about it, learn more about yourself in that regard, once you can, look at it more objectively and not start slamming doors or killing people because they said something wrong about you or criticized you. But again, as I said, it's an individual preference, because I know a lot of other friends of mine who are not INFJs, but who are ENTPs and ENFPs. They can't remain friends with some of them can't remain friends with their exes because they just have too many feelings, and they are not able to get over that, and they feel jealous every single time they look at their ex being with someone else, or dating someone else, or all of that stuff. So for them, they not necessarily aren't door slamming, but they aren't really talking to their exes anymore. So I really do think that the door slam, particularly in general, I've said many times that I think a door slam is unnecessary, especially for a mature INFJ. And a lot of times, as you mature up as an INFJ, you stop door slamming because it just doesn't make any sense anymore. It seems like a very cruel way to deal with people, especially because a lot of times when we door slam, we don't actually tell the person we're door slamming them, or we don't give them reasons why we're door slamming them, or we don't actually delineate, why we don't want them in our lives anymore. We just kind of door slam and we're done with it, right? Which I think is wrong. I've done it, yes, in the past, but I do not do that anymore. I try very much not to door slam anymore. It's really important to me. And if I'm going to be like, well, there's no room for you in my life anymore, then I will have a conversation with them before that. Try to, at least. I'm not saying I'm perfect yet, but I am trying to not door slam anymore. I'm not trying to be perfect. And so of course that's my thought process on it. But every person is going to be different. And I really don't believe that you should need to door slam someone just because you had feelings for them in the past and you've outgrown them. If you've outgrown them, then what's the need to door slam that person? Obviously you don't have any feelings for them anymore. Why do you need to get rid of them in such a drastic fashion? They could still be in your life. You're never going to really talk to them or be with them because you're busy and they're busy. So why do you have to be like, no, I'm door slamming this person. I used to love them and I don't love them anymore, and they need to be gone from my life? It doesn't actually really make any sense to me. Actually, it feels like a waste of time and energy and emotional space, and I don't think it's a useful thing to do. But of course, this is just my opinion, and I'm sure there's lots of other people out there who are not able to be friends with their exes, and as soon as they break up with someone, they let go of that person in a very drastic fashion, like cutting them out of their pictures in their Facebook, or out all the albums, cutting their faces out of it or their bodies out of it, or burning all of their material, things like that. They really need to do something drastic in order to get rid of that energy, that particular relationship's energy from their life. And so they do all these things in order to cleanse themselves of that. I've never actually really done it. I still have pictures on my Facebook from long ago when I used to be with my exes, and they're still on there, and if anyone wants to go and look and they can't see them, it doesn't feel like such a big thing to me. In fact, sometimes it's nice to go back, and if sometimes Facebook puts up these images from the past, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Oh, I forgot about that picture. So it's not something that I think of often at all. It doesn't seem important at all to me. But as I said, everyone's different in the way they look at things. And so if you feel like you can't deal with that remnant energy of that relationship, that you need to get rid of it completely, that you need to get over it by getting rid of all of the items associated with that person, all of the pictures, all of the memories, by door slamming them, then obviously please go ahead. Like that's it. That's what you need to do in order to move past that and to move forward. That's exactly what you need to do then, right? So I really do believe that it is going to be an individual preference. It's going to depend on the person, on the INFJ or whatever type you are, and do what feels right for you. Right? If you feel like this is how you want to go ahead, go do that. If it doesn't feel right, don't do it. Right? I myself, as I said, don't feel it's necessary, so I don't. I am friends with all of my exes, all the people that I loved, even if I was in a relationship, but I loved them, I'm still friends with them. And even though we don't talk to each other, it doesn't mean that they're not in my heart anymore. I'm sure there's a little pocket in my heart where they're still there, and they'll be there forever, because you can't just get rid of the person just because you stop loving them. I don't think so. I think in fact, once you fall in love with someone, I believe that you love them forever, not obviously to the intensity that you loved them in the beginning, but I do believe that they stay in your heart forever. It's not like you can't excise them, you can't cut them out completely. That's just my opinion. I really do believe that once you love a person, they're with you forever. It's like a soul connection. You're connected for life, for all the lives that you might be alive for. You might not know them anymore, you might not think about them anymore, they might not matter to you anymore, but they're still in your heart space because you've made that soul connection already, and you can't just cut a soul connection off like that. It's not possible, in my opinion. Now again, just one person's opinion, so I'm sure you'll all have a lot of different things to say about this. So please do share with us what your opinion is on the matter. Do you stay friends with your exes, or do you door slam them, or do you just cut them off without door slamming them? Or do you do a big ritual where you burn everything of theirs and get rid of them that way? What do you do? I would love to hear from you. And again, thank you for asking the question. I hope I've answered it. If I haven't, let me know and I shall do a follow-up. Again, thank you so much for being on my channel. I really appreciate it. And I shall see you the next time around. Bye for now.